What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Summers, MajorsHouse.com. And oh, damn. Hitting the wrong button here. And it's time for another episode of the Majors House Show. Alright, I'm actually going to do that again. I'm going to do that again in a bit. I do kind of want to stop here. So, it's no hat on. Took my headphones off. Obviously, there's no game here. I kind of want to start off this episode just to get something off of my chest for a bit, because I feel like for me, being the adult that I am, the 28-year-old grown ass man, father and husband that I am, I've been having to fucking explain myself to people about choices that I make online. A place that, where I feel like I should be able to do what I need to do to get things done. And it kind of bothers me that I spent more time today trying to explain myself to somebody who I'm not married to. I had to spend more time explaining myself to somebody who isn't my parent, who isn't a parent, who is not raising me currently. Having to explain myself to people who, outside of being in the stream, like not actually taking into account. Oh, Revlo went away. Oh, darn. I don't know. I feel like it's weird. So I'm going to put everything out there. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put my side of things out there. Because, I can't continuously handle this with kid gloves. I can't continuously handle this, just lightly. I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to tell my side of the story. So apparently I've been hearing some issues today where, I've left some group called the Streamers Lounge yesterday. Did it yesterday. Along with me unfollowing probably about 300 to 400 people on Twitter, and still counting. Mainly because of the fact that something I did last year that kind of helped me clear my head mentally of, all the negativity, all the stuff that's being shown on Facebook, Twitter, what have you. I just needed that mental break. I needed to remove myself from a lot of the negativity that's there. And I feel like that's a fair thing. That's something I should be able to do. And I know what causes me grief mentally, what's bringing me down mentally, emotionally, physically, especially when I have people that I am responsible for and I need to take care of, and I need to be on the top of my game to do all of this. I can't waste time focusing on things that are going to bring me down, that are going to cause me grief, that are going to cause me this mental anguish. So I remove it. As a grown man who owns my stuff, I should be able to remove myself, recuse myself from any groups and from any individuals who I feel would cause this mental anguish, who cause me to be negatively affected in some way. This is a personal situation. I'm not going to say, like, oh, this isn't personal. No, it is totally personal. It's personal on my end. It's something that I personally chose to do. And it bothers me when there are people who are taking it personally. Who are taking it personally on their end. They said, oh, I've got some beef with them. And it's It's weird. It's really weird how individuals are taking this when I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. The people that I've unfollowed, that I've left behind, are people that I do not know personally, that I've never met, I've never seen before, outside of a digital screen, outside of this monitor that I'm looking at, outside of this phone that I'm holding in my hand, outside of my iPad, outside of my TV. I know none of these people. I've never reached out, shook their hands, met them in person. Now in 2017, for some strange reason, that may change. Who knows? But the rules that I've set aside for this, and I guess because of the, I don't know, because I've put this out there. I've mentioned the process on a blog post that I wrote on MajorsHouse.com last year, around this time last year, what I was doing, the process that I was taking. I've put it out there and I provided it for those who have come out and personally said something about it. But apparently it doesn't, it's not helping. Nobody is wanting to take the time to understand why I'm doing it. They just rather go ahead and try to attack me or try to make me look the bad guy. And if that's what they want to do, then that's fine. But I feel like I'm going to have to, it feels like this is ridiculous. I feel like it's ridiculous on my part to have to explain that I do this for myself so that I don't drive myself crazy. And apparently by me doing this, I am causing even more stress because people think that I'm attacking them. I've seen, and I see the comments, but I'm getting this all out first, and then I'll answer questions at the end here before I get to any game. And I should probably mark this IRL. I promise you, there's Final Fantasy 15 around there somewhere, but I'll get to that in a second. And I'll get to comments in a second. I just got to get this out. I've heard things where apparently the group that the streamer lounge, where it's like people are kind of upset and they're miffed and they're confused as to why I'm doing this. When I've been trying to relate to people, look, I'm sorry. I make a clean break first, and if you want to ask me questions, you can. It's not like that it's not like I'm inaccessible. Twitter in 2016 has made that possible to where you can sit there and DM anybody, regardless of whether you're following or not. And like I said, the avenues are open. You know what my Twitter handle is. I'm not marked as private. If you want to reach out to me, even in a public forum, you can. I mean, here it is. I'm on Twitch, apparently bearing my soul to people, which is something, I'll do on occasions. Or you can ask the questions here. If you if people have questions about why I do the things I do, that's great. But when I have to, go through a congressional hearing through Twitter DMs during the day, when I should be helping my wife take care of my son, when I'm actually on a day off from work, that becomes a problem. But to touch on the Streamers Lounge again, because I know I've been dancing around and I should stop. For those who may be in here who are from the TSO group, I'm gonna let you know. The reason why I left that group is because of the fact that while it was initially, and shouts out to Cramdom, the individual, the guy who made it. Shouts out to him. Like I said, he told me, he made it because I wanted to do something similar to it, which is true. I did. And for a time, it was great. It was an awesome thing. It was to help, highlight streamers who were starting out, who were trying to get their name out there, and that's great. And it was like that for a while, up until a point where I noticed that, there was a section for announcements for streamers, but more things were being highlighted. Hey, here are free things, or here are people who are giving away free things. To where people who weren't giving away free things necessarily weren't getting that kind of play, weren't getting that kind of traction. To where when if I walked into a stream in the middle of the day while I was at work and was bored, like I said, wasn't really focusing on work, to where I wanted to focus on the stream. So whoever was streaming in the middle of the day, or if I wasn't streaming and I wanted to watch somebody stream in TSL, they were like, it's like they were amazed that somebody actually showed up to a stream. Yet I can go to somebody who has explicitly said that, I'm doing the giveaway because I'm hoping to get something payback in return, is just churning people. Like, people is talking about this guy, who, or this guy, this girl, whoever, to say that, hey, I'm giving away this thing once I get a certain amount of viewers who are watching currently, once I hit a certain amount of followers. And that's all well and good, but when that becomes the overarching conversation, when that's all that anybody is talking about when it comes to the streamer aspects, and I'm not talking about any other conversations that may happen in a group, but when it came to the streamer aspects, when you have people who are constantly talking about the people who are giving things away, as opposed to people who are just trying to build channels who may not be able to afford to do it. Now, granted, yes, at one point I couldn't. I'm behind on sending away a camera that I was giving away because at the time, right now, Christmas kind of hit and then I got sick. It's a thing that happens. I'm human. It's whatever. But for people who can't afford to give things away, this becomes a very demoralizing thing. Like, why would I try? Like, so yes, it's a thing that I love, but why would I try if nobody's going to watch because I'm not giving anything away? It becomes a problem when, while I'm streaming, you've got people who are talking about, hey, they're giving away something else to this other stream while I'm fucking streaming. Now, at the time when that happened, especially for me personally, when it happens, I get a little upset, but I'm in the moment, I'm playing a game, and I'm ignoring it. But when you have time to sit and think about this stuff, when you have time to sit and watch it happen to everybody else and not just you, it's time to take a clean break. It's time to remove yourself from the situation because it mentally hurts me to see this happen. Not only to me, but to other people. And I can't do that. I'd rather not be there if I'm going to be upset day in and day out, having to listen to it, having to read it, and watching people who can't do this get tossed over. Now, I'm glad that, there are people who are helping others. And that's great. That's fantastic. And that's what I love to see. But I feel like sometimes that does get overshadowed. Now, if this makes me the bad guy, if this makes everybody fucking hate me because of the fact that I personally chose to leave of my own volition because I'm a grown man, I'm an adult, and I can make my decisions. I make my decisions based off of what make me happy. Then so be it. I'm the bad guy. I'm not going to sit there and compromise who I am as a person to appease everybody. I'm not. That's not me. That's not who I am. My wife hates me for that. I'm still going to be me regardless. I'm not going to, I shouldn't have to. I really feel bad now that I'm taking the time right now in the middle, like at the beginning of my stream, to have to cater to those who are demanding that I explain myself to people. Because I shouldn't have to do that. As you can see, I'm just some fucking talking head on a black screen right now. Or maybe I can turn off the chroma key and see there's a green screen back. I don't know. Don't care. I shouldn't have to be doing this. I'm just a talking head who plays video games. And if we lose sight of that as the more important thing, what Twitch is, what Beam, Hitbox, YouTube gaming is, if we lose sight of all of that, then what is the point? I shouldn't have to be doing this. I shouldn't. This is ludicrous. All right. I've done that. Now, it's time for the fun part. Sorry I had to do that, but yeah. Until like I understand that it hurts. I understand that it hurts, but I mean, for me, these are feelings that I've had for months now. For months. Like, this is the first time that I've actually been this deep into Twitch to see what Twitch actually was. And I don't like it. I'm not going to facilitate it. I'm hoping that my channel can be different than other people by saying that, no, I'm here for the games. I'm here to help those who need help. Whether it's through a charity, whether it is through Twitch, whether it is through Twitter, YouTube, Beam, Hitbox, whatever. I'm here to help other people. I don't care about giving things away because of the fact that that's not what I'm here for. I want to help. I want to genuinely help. I'm not hey, I've got this search pick over here. You know, if 20 people, I'll give this random thing away. Like, no, that doesn't work. For me, that does not work. It's gross and it's disgusting, and I just can't deal with it. I'm sorry that it does hurt. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still have to kind of look at how this affects me. I can't go crazy. I can't go to bed every night and, you know, complain to my wife how I'm getting snubbed, how other people are getting snubbed by those who, you know, don't look like me. It's hard, and like it's really hard for someone like me who works a 9-to-5, who is married, who has a newborn kid, just brand new, still spanking new, 3 months old, and is still doing this. It's hard. I can't compete with those who were lucky enough to, you know, get discovered and get picked up. And spoiler alert, they don't look like this. They look like this. You know, I'm lucky to be where I am right now. And I have my viewers to thank for that. But it hurts. Feelings are hurt when, while I'm streaming, I've got people coming in talking about, hey, they're giving away something. Or, hey, you know, here's you like in my chat, here's the URL to this Gleam giveaway. That hurts me as the streamer who's trying hard to not be the gimmicky guy. Sure, I've got the dad mode hat, but that's how I feel. I wear this outside. I'm proud to be a father. Like, this is me being dad first, streamer second, gamer second. Or if they can both be concurrent, you know, I'd rather do that. So, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I still have to look out for me, my health, my well-being. I mean, I'm sorry if it hurt. If it hurt like I ripped off a bandage right then, but imagine having to do this for several months. Having to be sitting with this, having to have somebody who doesn't understand watch you whine and complain every day because of the fact that I can't compete with this guy. I can't. I don't have the super deep pockets because I've got to buy formula for my child. I'm sorry, I can't compete with this guy because he doesn't have to go to work today or ever. Like, sure, there's a game wisp here. I'd appreciate it if people supported that. It'll be great. It'll be whatever. But I can't compete with these people. I can't. And it hurts when people come in and just constantly stealing attention because, you know, a company is giving away something. And there's more than one. So I'm not pointing directly at one company. Let's be cool here. Or that some individual is giving away something. It sucks. It really sucks. And it just hurts a lot. That I have to do. Like, I have to sit through that. I've had enough of it. And like, I'm having to take matters into my own hands. But yeah. All right.